don't wanna be lonely when winter is freezing and trees start to bolt. And I don't wanna be sitting alone in a room that's just filled with my soul. And so I came to this place, I'm looking for a familiar face, and that's when I saw you. 'Cause you don't know me and I don't know you, but it breaks my heart. You're looking so blue on the last of the year. I just picked your name on the coffee cup, but a stroke of luck, the guy just messed up and gave your cup to me. Oh, no, 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 no. Oh, no, 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 no. And so we're swapping our cups, and after a while we're swapping a glass. I can't think nothing better. We started a year with a drop of romance. 'Cause I came to this place looking for a familiar face, and that's when I met you. 'Cause you don't know me and I don't know you, but it breaks my heart. You're looking so blue on the first of the year. I just picked your name on the coffee cup, but a stroke of luck, the guy just messed up and gave your cup to me. Dark cappuccino is what matters me. The way you came toward me, dragging your feet, and I just smiled at you.
Jeez. So this week I'm actually going to start working on my site model, which is exciting because we get to start seeing the projects taking shape. Now my site is a relatively flat site, but there's still some elevation gain. So every time this steps up, it represents 4 feet in elevation gain. Now, what's unique about this site is it's kind of splitting the difference between this agricultural land and this commercial district. And the commercial district is a little bit relatively flat, but then the agricultural land still has those changes in elevation. It's subtle, but you still need to account for that. So right where this train station is somewhat isolated compared to most. Other train stations like San Clemente Pier, like Oceanside, more than closer to LA you get, and especially LA Union Station, Fullerton, Santa Ana, all these are in fairly walkable areas. Now Irvine is unique in that there is no city center, where most of the older cities kind of developed around one central area and grew out from there. Irvine didn't. When Irvine was designed and established, it was considered the master plan city. So what they did was they took all these different villages or areas of the city and kind of made those into their own unique field, their own unique villages. That means that each area has its own shopping center, its own unique style and voice. But that also means that the city itself is spread out. So rather than a central gathering place for the people, Irvine is more of the representation of that suburban sprawl. So this last week, actually the beginning of this week, I presented my thesis project to the panel at my school. So while the project is approved, there was some questions that they had for me. One unique question that I thought that they brought up that I think is going to be essential to the project, or a core part of the project, is that most Southern California train stations are meant to be passive. It means you come through the train station and you exit to your destination. You don't necessarily dwell in the train station, but you more pass through it. But what I'm proposing is if you set the city center as that transit hub, then you are making it a place of dwelling. Then it becomes a place where people linger and they take their time. They don't just pass through it, they take time and they spend time there. One of the things that'll have to be developed as we kind of look into the project is why would someone want to dwell in a train station or a transit hub when they're still getting to their destination? So what are the unique properties and values to this transit station or to this transit hub when most train stations and what people are used to is passing through and spending as little time possible in these transit hubs? So if, say, here is my project site. Here's the train that comes through. Here's one road that comes in. Here's the other road that comes in. So here's the bus area. Here's some parking. It's an empty lot essentially. Here's the train station. Here's the train station building, and then you have the bridge that goes over the two sides of the track. And then here this is the parking garage. So you could really drive past the train station and then not even know that you're passing a train station. Really about 40 to 50% of the site as it is parking garage, which really says something about how we treat our transit stations as it is, that what we're basically saying is in order to use this train station, you have to drive to it. Or if you're going to come to this train station, you're going to have to drive from it because there's nothing really walkable from the station. The buses to the area have very limited time frames. So basically if you're not using it during commuting hours, it's almost unusable. Even during commuting hours, your bus may come maybe once every 1 hour. So it's really hard to get to and from the station. So that's why, as it is, maybe about 40-50% of the site is a parking garage right now. So there's things that we can do to challenge that. So when the station was built, we didn't have the ride-sharing apps like Uber and Lyft yet. So maybe we reduce the parking garage, we limit the parking garage, and put more of an emphasis on ride-sharing. So there's things like that we can do. Or one of the hopes of the project is that by establishing this as a city center, as a place where people come, whether it's on the train, whether through driving or through walking, hopefully as creating this project as a city center, as a gathering point, as a destination, that it will increase the demand of the transit and therefore increase the supply of the transit. Because right now, this train station is almost invisible to the city itself. So all of that will influence the design as we move through the next several weeks and several months. Feel free to subscribe, comment below. Let me know if you have any questions on the process or if there's anything you want to see, let me know and I'll be happy to share that process with you.
And I don't wanna be lonely when winter is freezing and trees start to bolt. I don't wanna be sitting alone in a room that's just filled with my soul. And so I came to this place, I'm looking for a familiar face, and that's when I saw you.